Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, fans of the Infinite Dilemma channel. This time we will discuss whether aliens are the same as parasites that can control humans. Recently aliens were discovered that can possess humans. These aliens are like parasites that can live in the human body. World researchers, especially American researchers, are working hard to eradicate this, because it is feared that aliens will rule the world by influencing humans and controlling humans. All humans depend on sophisticated research conducted by America. Are American researchers able to handle this case, or vice versa? Aliens are able to rule the world. Are aliens enemies or friends of humanity? Well, curious about the story? Keep following Chanel and watch the video, but before that, with sincerity and kindness of viewers, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell. Hopefully the viewers who subscribe are always in good health, their fortune is smooth. Those who are starting a business, may their business be smooth, and those who are still single may get the woman they want, amen. And the sultans who want to treat women to coffee and fried snacks can directly send their tip. The link is in the description column. Okay, let's go, Ken. Scientists around the world were shocked by the discovery of an alien entity capable of living inside the human body. Initially, these reports were dismissed as exaggerated media hype, but the ever-emerging biological evidence stunned everyone. The alien appeared to be a microscopic organism capable of infiltrating the human nervous system and blending into biological tissue without being easily detected. As researchers began to study its form in depth, they realized that this creature exhibited behavioral patterns reminiscent of a high-level parasite. The alien not only survived within the human body but could also interact with nerve impulses, causing behavioral changes. Scientists later named it Symbio-X, although that term seemed too mild for a creature with the potential for global destruction. Concerns began to arise among the public after several individuals exhibited unnatural behavior. International health organizations coordinated with governments to map the spread of cases, but the mysterious rate of spread made it difficult to determine the primary source of infection. The world began to realize that the threat was not simply a natural phenomenon, but a hidden invasion. The first incident to spark panic occurred when a field scientist in Brazil suddenly lost control of his body while being covered by the media. His eyes appeared blank, his movements unnatural, and his words sounded flat, as if being read by another entity. The incident was caught on camera and quickly spread around the world. Neurologists quickly concluded that the scientist's brain was being controlled by an unknown entity. The medical team attempted a full scan, but Symbio-X blocked the detection devices as if it had acquired an intelligence of its own. The scans revealed highly unusual neural activity patterns, as if another network were operating in parallel with the human system. This incident caused global panic, as it was the first time humans had seen clear evidence that control of the body could be seized by something extraterrestrial. Many wondered whether this was the beginning of a major invasion or simply an experiment by an unknown alien entity. Nevertheless, researchers remained determined to find a solution before the situation worsened. The United States quickly took over coordinating international research, having the most comprehensive scientific infrastructure to deal with this anomaly. Scientists from various disciplines were brought together in a large, hastily constructed research center in Nevada. The place is equipped with the latest technology, a multi-layered quarantine system, and a space biology observatory. The U.S. government has made combating Symbio-X a top priority, even surpassing strategic defense programs. They understand that this threat has no conventional military form, but instead moves silently through the human body. Every researcher has been granted access to classified data never before made public, including records regarding the long-rumored existence of extraterrestrial organisms. However, political pressure and public fear have left scientists working in a state of mental uncertainty. They are constantly plagued by the question, can they find a way to sever the alien connection with the human body before it's too late? The only answer, at the moment, is uncertainty. Intensive research has revealed that Symbio-X uses a fine filamentous structure to attach to human neurons. These filaments transmit chemical signals that mimic neurotransmitters, preventing the brain from distinguishing between genuine and false signals. In some cases, the creature is even capable of enhancing the host's cognitive abilities to avoid suspicion in the environment. Molecular biologists have discovered that the organism possesses an energy core that emits faint waves, as if functioning as a miniature brain. These waves instruct the host's body to act according to the alien's goals, although their purpose is not yet fully understood. Scientists speculate that this creature may have originated in an extreme environment that required it to take over other organisms in order to survive. Each new discovery only deepens the threat, as Symbio-X proves to be more than just a parasite, but an organism designed to adapt rapidly. Its intelligence and unpredictability place humanity at risk, as its defense system is unlike that of a typical pathogen, which can be treated with conventional medicine. A surprising case emerged when a military pilot was found lying unconscious, yet his plane remained in steady flight, performing maneuvers impossible for a normal human. Black and white footage from the cockpit revealed a change in the pilot's facial expression. His muscles were tense, but his eyes moved rapidly, scanning the control panel as if something were mathematically calculating the plane's condition. When the plane was finally forced to land, the medical team discovered that the pilot exhibited a neural pattern very different from that of a normal human. Symbio-X appeared to be taking complete control of his body, without killing the host, but instead maintaining its health so it could be used for specific tasks. Experts concluded that the organism possessed extraordinary spatial precision. This case further convinced the intelligence community that the aliens had a long-term goal. They suspected that taking over the human body was only the first step in understanding human behavior and technology. This action emphasized that biological invasion might be far more effective than physical assault. The international community began to gripped by fear as no one could confirm who had been infected. The infected host's outward appearance was completely normal, fueling widespread paranoia within families, workplaces, and even governments. Many countries implemented mandatory neurological examinations, despite the inaccuracy of detection technology. The media exacerbated the situation by airing relentless speculation, ranging from conspiracy theories to doomsday predictions. This uncertainty led to massive protests in many cities around the world, forcing governments to increase transparency regarding Symbio-X research. However, these efforts were short-lived, as the information released only fueled the panic. International health organizations warned that the situation could spiral out of control if the public was not controlled. They called for global cooperation and emphasized that the response must be scientific, not emotional. Nevertheless, fear remained the second virus spreading faster than the aliens themselves. A team of American researchers eventually conducted experiments to separate Symbio-X from human hosts. They used electromagnetic wave technology designed to sever the connecting filaments between the aliens and neurons. However, this attempt actually caused Symbio-X to adapt more quickly by encasing itself in a biological protective layer. Several critically ill volunteers underwent the test, but the results were unsatisfactory. After the waves were emitted, the host experienced seizures, while the creature weakened briefly before reactivating. This demonstrated that the alien organism possessed regenerative abilities beyond human comprehension. Despite this, scientists did not give up and continued to develop new methods. They realized that even the smallest success could be the key to saving humanity. Every failure also provided valuable information about the alien's structure and resilience. A NASA observation satellite detected a strange signal emanating from the asteroid belt. The signal had a rhythmic pattern that resembled a language or communication code. Scientists suspected that this signal might be a form of instruction or call from another being related to Symbio-X. After analysis, the signal pointed to the presence of a very slow but steady object moving among the asteroid rocks. Some astronomers suspected that it was a capsule or remnant of an alien probe that might have brought the parasitic organism to our solar system. This discovery deepened the mystery of Symbio-X's origins and shifted the focus of research toward a more cosmological one. Researchers concluded that this threat might not be a spontaneous event, but rather part of a larger phenomenon. They began to consider the possibility that Symbio-X was an invader developed by another species as a means of conquering the planets they were targeting. Thus, humanity might be facing a long-established attack strategy for a specific purpose. The intense pressure sparked a split among the American scientific team. Some believed that Symbio-X could be studied and tamed for human benefit. They argued that the aliens' abilities could be used in the medical field, for example, to repair neural networks or increase brain capacity. Conservatives, on the other hand, strongly rejected the idea, deeming Symbio-X too dangerous to be used as a tool. They argued that the organism possessed incomprehensible internal drives that made it impossible to control. This internal conflict hampered the research process as the differences in vision grew sharper by the day. This disharmony eventually forced the American government to restructure the team, placing tighter military oversight in each laboratory. Although this action provoked protests, the government believed that the alien threat could not be addressed without strict discipline. However, scientists knew that time was running out, and Symbio-X was not waiting to develop. Suddenly, cases of infection increased in several major regions, such as Tokyo, Berlin, and New York. The governments of each country immediately declared a state of emergency without waiting for international coordination. This wave of infections demonstrated that Symbio-X was capable of transmitting from one host to another without direct contact, likely through airborne particles. Epidemiologists were surprised because the organism did not exhibit traditional patterns of transmission. They suspected that the alien was capable of breaking itself into microscopic units that then recombine when they found a new host. This mechanism indicated that Symbio-X was essentially a colony, capable of breaking and reintegrating at will. The rise in cases overwhelmed the government, while the public grew increasingly panicked. Quarantine centers were built, but their capacity was insufficient. At this point, scientists realized they were not dealing with a single parasite, but rather a network of organisms acting like a collective consciousness. In desperation, a young neurochemist discovered that Symbio-X had a weakness for certain wave frequencies. This frequency was discovered accidentally while studying the vibration patterns of aliens under the influence of infrasonic radiation. The aliens appeared to lose their interfilament connections when exposed to certain waves, as if their internal network were disrupted. This discovery opened a new path for creating signal-cutting devices that could be used on infected hosts. American scientists quickly developed a device capable of emitting these waves at an intensity safe for the human body. Although the device was still a prototype, initial test results showed positive effects. New hope emerged after a long period of despair. The American government immediately prepared for mass production, even though the risks were not yet fully understood. However, humanity had no choice but to try. As humans began to gain the upper hand, Symbio-X demonstrated a higher intelligence than expected. Some infected hosts began exhibiting coordinated aggressive behavior, as if the aliens were trying to prevent the spread of wave technology. They sabotaged research facilities and production sites for signal-cutting devices. This confirmed that Symbio-X was capable of developing advanced survival strategies. The aliens directed the hosts as if they were soldiers in a covert operation. Many researchers who initially believed the aliens were merely biological organisms now realize they are dealing with a collective consciousness capable of planning. The American military is forced to intervene to protect the research center. The battle between security forces and infected hosts is evidence that this threat is no longer hidden, but has become an open conflict pitting humans against unseen entities within their bodies. As the number of infections reached a critical point, the United States launched a global operation to simultaneously deploy a signal-killing wave across the globe. Hundreds of satellites were directed to broadcast on a specific frequency, while ground stations amplified the signal to densely populated areas. This measure was considered humanity's last resort. When the wave was emitted, infected hosts worldwide exhibited extreme reactions. Many fainted, some suffered seizures, and others screamed uncontrollably. Symbio-X appeared to be struggling to maintain the connection between the filaments, but the pressure of the wave was too great. Slowly, the aliens detached from the host's nervous systems like fine threads being crushed from within. The operation lasted several hours until the alien signal finally disappeared completely. Scientists monitored every bit of data to ensure that Symbio-X was truly inactive. When the operation was complete, the world fell silent again, not knowing whether this was truly the end or just a pause before a new threat emerged. The world entered a long period of recovery after the largest biological attack in human history. Many infected hosts suffered neurological trauma requiring long-term care. World governments collaborated to build rehabilitation centers to restore the mental and physical health of the victims. Although Symbio-X appears to have been successfully deactivated, some scientists suspect that a small portion of the organism may still survive in a dormant form. They have found traces of foreign molecules in some samples that do not match human regeneration patterns. This raises concerns that the aliens may be waiting to reactivate. Nevertheless, humanity is now better prepared to face similar threats. Knowledge of the biological structure of extraterrestrials and signal jamming technology are laying new foundations in the world of science. The question now is this truly the end, or the beginning of a new chapter in H?